repenting on a daily basis. You better thank the Most High some of us brothers repented, because we probably be robbing you niggas and checking your pockets. You know what I'm saying?
So first we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, whose name in the Paleo Hebrew is Hamashiach Yahushua. My name is C.Lamech.
Brother Kaboya Allah.
And we are the saints, we are the servants assembly, right? And we come to you with another Sabbath lesson on death and how to deal with death according to the Bible, according to the Spirit, right? Because a lot of us, we really don't know how to handle death, how to handle, how to deal with the bodies, right? How to deal with how to deal with the death of an honorable person without actually worshiping them. Because a lot of times we go to the grave and we worship a person after they dead because they was an honorable person. But the more you do that, the more it becomes sin, right? So first we're gonna let's get into the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 2. Right? Let's get the classic. Because there's a time for everything up under the sun. A lot of us spend most of our time worried about when it's gonna happen. How is death how is the Most High gonna take me? Or if I drive too fast and will that cause something to happen to me, right? But these things, the only thing that's promised is death, right? That's the only thing that's promised. So there's no need to be afraid of it because that's promised, right? Let's get Ecclesiastes 3 and 2.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
A time to be born.
It's a time to be born. So when you're born, people honor that day. People honor your father and they say, oh, you got a brand new baby boy. He's going to be just like you, right? So there's a time to be born. Go ahead.
And a time to die.
And a time to do what?
A time to die.
So there's a time up under the sun that the Lord appointed for us to leave this earth and go back to the third heaven, right? There's a time, there's a certain grace period we got, and there's a certain time that we have between life and we have death, right? So we gotta. Hey, look, if you fear that, then you fear the hand of the Lord, which is a good thing. But you gotta understand that if you're trying to fight that thing, then you're fighting against the Most High, right? Because the Most High laid that day out for you, right? And there's a reason for the seasons, right? So, go ahead, can you read a little bit more?
A time to plant.
Uh-huh.
And a time to pluck up.
Right, so it's a time to plant and a time to pluck up.
That which is planted.
Mm-hmm. So the Most High you plant, the Father plants the seed into your mother, right? And there's a time where that seed grows and then it's ready to be plucked out, right? And there's an appointed time for everything. So if you go into the book of Jeremiah, the first chapter, he'll tell you that he already knew you in the womb. You're 1 and 5. Get Jeremiah 1 and 5. Because the Most High, the Most High knows the end from the beginning. He's already put everything in place. You can't fight that thing. You can't fight when the Most High want your spirit to return to Him. Remember, there's nothing new under the sun. The Most High uses the same spirits. He doesn't get a new spirit. Once your spirit is eradicated, then you're out of the book of life, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
So before the Most High formed you in the belly, He formed your characteristics, what you was going to be good at, whether you was going to be a reader, whether you was going to be a teacher, whether you was going to keep the commandments, whether you wasn't going to keep the commandments. So, when you sit up and you worry about death so much, you really just waste your time on earth. You should be doing what the Most High appointed you to do during this time. Now, the scriptures speak about there'll be some of you that's standing here that's not gonna see life or death. I mean, not see death. Now, in the spiritual sense, those people did die during that time. but their flesh died. The spirit didn't die. Those spirits are back on earth right now, walking around. You don't know who these spirits could be. Could be you, could be anybody, right? And when the Most High comes, those spirits will be still alive and well on this earth. So there'll be some spirits standing here. That's what he was saying, that will not see death, right? Not death then, but until the time when Hamashiach Yahushua makes his second visit, right? And brings us back to the land, right? So let's get Sirach 30 and 17.
The book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
Right. So the Most High say death is better than a pitiful life, man. Read that again.
Death is better than a bitter life.
Right. So death is better than a bitter life, man. You know, a lot of us be running from peace. You know, it's rough out here, man. You got bills, you got children, sometimes you got people want to kill you. You got police hunting you down, hunting your steps. Every time you get in the car, you worried about whether the police gonna lock you up. You worried about whether your wife gonna cheat. You worried about all these different things. But when you go back to the Most High in the third heaven, your oppressor can't oppress you. And sometimes your oppressor could be more than the so-called white man. Your oppressor could be your wife. It could even be your children sometimes. You want to study, they don't want to let you study. You want to do this, they don't want to let you do that. It's a beautiful thing to have these things, but these things can also be a stumbling block to you in the Most High. That's just a fact. And people could get upset, but when you live in a life like that, sometimes death is better. I was talking about my wife the other day about when her father started passing. He just kept looking up in the sky, and then he'll look back down at her. He was ready to go. These spirits are ready to go back home. We're visitors here. We the aliens. We're visitors on this earth. The flesh is born and raised here, but the spirit don't come from here. It come from the Most High in the third heaven, man. The scriptures speak about us being a little bit less than the angels. So them spirits still dwelt with the angels. Right? Can you read? Or you getting in the precept?
Yeah. That was it on that.
Go ahead.
Okay. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
Or continual sickness. Right? Sometimes when you in pain, you get older, you're in constant pain. Sometimes, you know, you want somebody to come knock you across the head, you know? You know what I mean? Because you're going through all hell, man. All hell breaking loose in your body, right? Sometimes the Most High, he'll come and he'll take you away out of that misery, man. Because you don't have to worry about the physicalities of this terrestrial body. You get to become celestial again. That's why when Yahushua came down from his celestial state into his terrestrial state, he started to feel pain. People started hitting him and punching him and whipping him, and he couldn't take it almost. He got to the end, He got to the end where he actually asked the Most High, if it be thy will, can you take this cup away from me? He ain't never had nobody put hands on him like that, mush him, spit on him. He was a celestial being. When we leave this earth, we can't take these bodies here with us. We got to, the Most High is going to get that what he sent down. And that's that Holy Spirit, man. That's that spiritual, that celestial body. Go ahead.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Right,
because the earth, this right here, this ain't your rest. You get a chance to go back to the Most High God, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? You can't walk this thing expecting thing to last forever. Right? Now either you get the kingdom before death, maybe. Or you may get put to death and then get reborn in the kingdom. But it's all of the Lord at the end of the day. The Most High controls all things that control life and death. That's what the Most High deals with. You can't control when it happens or how it happens, right? All you can do is keep the law, statutes, and commandments so that if anything does happen, you'll be in a good light with the Most High, right? So, you got any more?
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sure destruction. That's it on that.
Right, because, this world will destroy you at some point anyway. Right? So let's get Ecclesiastes 7 and 8.
It's the book Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing.
Better is what?
Better is the end of a thing.
Right? So better is the end of the end of a thing. This is what the Most High was telling Solomon when Solomon asked for that wisdom. He was telling him all the wisdom of the earth. And he said that the end of a thing is better than the beginning of a thing. Now, why is the end of a thing better than the beginning of a thing, right? Because even if you go into the book of Judges, Abimelech, when he was killed, after doing all that wickedness, because he was an Israelite because his father was an Israelite from the tribe of Manasseh, right? But when he died in his wickedness, he had his armor bearer kill him so that no one would know that he was killed by a woman, right? So to a certain extent, you have to look at it like this. If you born into sin that we are, but if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you work hard to make your election sure. You get out and you teach the people. You let the people know that they just not niggas and whores and thoughts out here, right? The Most High may have favor on you, and your end could be better than your beginning. So the end of a thing is better than the beginning. Go ahead. Read.
Therefore, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Right, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. You got a proud spirit on you, guess what? You know, you're going to eventually go through what? Destruction. Because you're proud in the spirit. If you going on, brothers? All right. If you patient in the spirit, right? You can see things a little bit more clearer. You can focus on this thing when you're patient in it, but when you got a prideful spirit, hey, that's destruction. Go ahead.
That's what they were now.
Now give me Psalm 68 and 20. Right? Because the Most High controls all things of life and death. Right? The spiritual demon Satan, he can tempt you. He can make you do something that causes your death. He can make you act a damn fool when you know that you could have done better. When you know you should have just went home. You should have just went on and left that party. Right? You should have stopped messing with that boy after he already told you to leave him alone. The Most High, the spiritual demon Satan will turn you into an a-hole, man. And then before you know it, you got some bullets in your head. But he don't control life or death. He can't kill you, but he can get you killed. Right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and verse 20. He that is our God is the God of salvation.
He that is our God is the God of salvation. Now that also goes into what? That's a possessive pronoun. Again, he's our God, God of Israel, right? And he's the God of the salvation of Israel, right? Read that from the top again. Loud, a little bit louder.
He that is our God is the God of salvation.
Right, so our God is the only God that saves. Go ahead.
And unto God, the Lord, belong the issues from death.
Right, and unto God belong the issues of death. Any issue, how you get put to death, where you get put to death, who put you to death, what led up to it. If you go in the scriptures, you'll find that the Most High has conversations with evil angels, man. Evil angels that'll come down and they discuss with the Most High how to get you up out of here. how to kill you. One speaks on this matter, the other one speaks on another matter. Right? So those things are all in the Lord's hands. Right? The Most High, he deals with evil angels. He deals with death angels. He deals with angels that will save you, life, whatever the case may be. So the Most High is not just a singular God. He doesn't have just one power. How could the Most High be all powerful if he all good? So that must mean there's an equal but opposite power that's just as powerful as the Most High, but he's evil. If you want, you understand? If you wanna bundle up the Most High and make him all good, you take his omnipotence from him. You take his strength from him when you do that. No, the Most High controls all manner of death and life. Read that from the top again.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 20. He that is our God.
He that is our God,
is the God of salvation. And unto God the Lord belong the issues from death.
Right, so the Most High, so unto the Lord belongs the issues of death. Go ahead.
Verse 21. But God shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such, and one as goeth on still in his trespasses.
Right. So the Most High will wound the head of his enemy, but at the end of the day, he'll save one of his people. Right? So the Most High, he does all things, right? Let's overprove that. Let me get Tobit chapter 13 and verse 1. The Most High controls all of these things. Stop thinking you control your own destiny, your own life. If you don't come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, that's the only way that you'll have any kind of control. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 13 and verse 1. Then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing and said, Blessed be God that liveth forever, and blessed be his kingdom. Verse 2, for he doeth scourge.
So the Most High scourges. The Most High get that whip and scourge you throughout your life. Go ahead.
And hath mercy.
But he also has mercy. So the Most High, he'll scourge you, he'll punish you, but he'll also have mercy on you too. Right? Go ahead.
He leadeth down to hell.
So the Most High will lead you to hell. Go ahead.
And bringeth up again.
And he'll bring you back up again. Now, does that mean he'll bring you up and put you on the earth? Yeah, but what he's talking about is he'll bring your flesh to the grave, but your spirit he bring back up to him. Your spirit will go right back up to the Most High. So, you have to understand that the Most High controls all of these things when you're dealing with death, man. Go ahead.
Neither is there any that can avoid his hand.
And neither is there any that can avoid the hand of the Most High. When the Most High get ready for you, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. We spend too much time worrying about this thing, man. You need to be worrying about life. And what is life? The commandments. You keeping the commandments, you got life. When you die and you keeping the commandments, you still have life. Everything goes back to the commandments. Let's get Job 21 and 13.
It's the book of Job, chapter 21 and verse 13. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave.
Right, so you got people that spend their life in wealth. They spend their life balling and having a good time and being rich. Doing all of these things. Living their best life, man. But in a moment, what did the Lord say?
Go down to the grave.
In a moment they do what?
Go down to the grave.
So in a moment they go down to the grave. One moment, a second, a millisecond. While you over there running, you talking your mouth, you talking to the Most High all these different ways. A moment you go down to the grave. Most High will take you up out this thing with the quickness. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
Therefore they say unto God, depart from us,
What'd he say?
depart from us,
Uh-huh.
for we desire not the knowledge of the ways.
They say that, hey, they say get away from me. We don't want to hear the law, statutes, and commandments. We want to do what the hell we want to do. We want to trick off. Get away from us. What the scripture say? The children of Israel, they say they say get out the way, man. You know, they part their shoulders, man. Say, hey, man, we don't want to hear the Holy One of Israel. Because if we hear him, that means we got to do what? You got to obey because you heard it. You're marked. I mean, you got to keep the commandments of the Most High once you heard it. So get out of our way. We don't want to hear it. We want to do what we want to do, right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. What is the Almighty that we should serve him?
What they say? So who is the Lord that we should serve him? Who is that? Who is that? Go ahead.
And what profit should we have if we pray unto him?
Right. You see that? So they saying, what are we gonna get if we pray unto this man? Go ahead.
Verse 16. Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. Verse 17. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them?
Right, so you can rest right there. Let's go ahead and jump to Psalms 47 and 2. Right, so again, the Most High controls all life and death, all things. Right, right. The spiritual demon Satan doesn't have any power over life and death, but he can help steer you in the direction that may lead to death. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 47 and verse 2. For the Lord Most High is terrible.
He's what?
Terrible.
The Most High is terrible. The Most High ain't sweet. It ain't no damn apple pies and cakes and peaches and strawberries and jelly beans. The Most High terrible. He get up with you. Go ahead.
He is great. He is a great king over all the earth.
He's a great king over some of the earth.
Over all the earth.
The Most High control everything, every aspect of the earth. He ain't lacking nowhere. Go ahead.
He shall subdue the people under us.
He gonna do what?
Subdue the people under us.
So the Most High is gonna subdue the people up under us. The Most High is terrible in his doings, man. Go ahead.
And the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us. The excellency of Jacob, whom he loved.
Right, so again, who we love? Israel. He's going to subdue the nations up under our feet. Right? So where is this, the Most High love everybody, he coming back for everybody? Right? This is what he said he going to do. Right? Let's get one more. Let's get Job 18 and 4 real quick on that matter. Right? Book of Job, chapter 18 and verse 4.
This is the book of Job, chapter 18 and verse 4. He teareth himself in his anger.
He do what?
He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of his place? Verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. Verse 6. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him.
Yeah, right. So let me get one. Let me get Isaiah 45 and 7. That might not have been what I wanted. Let me get Isaiah 45 and 7. So like Israel.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. I formed the light.
He does what?
I formed the light.
So the Most High formed the light.
And create darkness.
He create what?
Create darkness.
So the Most High, he forms light, but he also creates darkness. The Most High don't need another being to be evil, to do what he can do by himself. The Most High forms the light. right? The light can mean the commandments, but he also created the wicked too. When you go later on in the lesson, you go into the third heaven, the wicked is there too with the evil. Everybody go back up there. Esau be up there too, but he can't oppress you up there. Right? Go ahead.
I make peace
He make peace.
and create evil.
So who create evil?
I make peace and create evil.
So the Most High makes peace and creates evil. I thought it was the spiritual demon Satan made evil.
I make peace and create evil.
So the Most High forms the light. He makes darkness. He makes peace, and he also creates evil. The Most High is a balanced God. He's a Lord of balance. Let's get Leviticus 19 and 36.
You want me to finish that?
Yeah, keep reading on that one.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
I thought the spiritual demon Satan do all these things.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
Right? So the Most High do all these things, Israel. You know what I'm saying? The Most High don't need no help from nobody. You understand? So let's get Leviticus 19 and 36.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 36. Just balances, just weights, a just ephah, and a just hin shall ye have. I am the Lord your God.
So the Most High said what? Start from the top again?
Just balances.
A just balance. Go ahead.
Just weights.
A just weight.
A just ephah.
And a just ephah.
And a just hin shall ye have.
So the Most High is all about a just balance with everything. Evil, good, weights, widths, lengths, size, matters, war, whatever, food, offerings. The Most High wants a just balance with everything. The Most High is all about a just balance, right? He's a balanced God. Give me Proverbs 11 and 1. He's a balanced God. The Most High, he'll get you up out of here the same way he'll give you life. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is abomination.
It's a what?
Abomination.
So a false balance is an abomination.
To the Lord.
To who?
To the Lord.
To the Most High.
But a just weight.
But a just weight, evil and good, right down the middle, is what?
Is his delight.
That's his delight. That's his delight, man. So the Most High is all about just balances and just weights, man. Go and jump up in Proverbs 16 and 11. So that's what the Most High is all about. He's all about a just weight, just balance.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 11. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work.
So everything in this world is the Most High's work. Everything in his bag, right? And what's in his bag? Death, life, commandments, brotherhood. The Most High controls all of those things. It's all in his bag of works, right? Right. So when you go into, when you see a lot of people think that the Most High don't really speak about death, but he speak about death. He speak about it in another form. He speaks about it in a form of sleep, right? So a lot of times when we go into the Bible, depending on the context, and the Most High is speaking about sleep, he's speaking about death, right? So let's get Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13. First Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 13.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep.
Them that are what?
Asleep.
Right. So Paul is talking about a matter concerning those that are asleep. Those that are asleep in the spirit, but also sleep in the physical. Go ahead.
That ye sorrow not.
So don't sorrow. Don't sorrow after those that are dead, those that are asleep, those that are asleep in the physical, those that are asleep in the spirit. Brothers in front of us, brothers around us that sleep in the spirit, don't really understand what's going on. You know, elders that believe they have an understanding on what's going on earth, right? But don't want to really seek out their understanding, seek out who they are as a people, right? Seek the fact that we Israelites, we the Hebrews, we God's chosen people, right? Go ahead.
Even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahweh died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh,
right? That sleep in Yahweh, right? So those that was sleep and they was believing in the Most High, right? But now they're dead, right? Go ahead.
Will Yahweh bring with him?
So Yahweh's gonna bring the dead up that was keeping the commandments. Those that believed in Hamashiach Yahweh, right? They not, just because they sleep, just because they dead, they still got to go up first. Go ahead.
For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord.
So by the word of the Most High,
that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord.
So those that are alive and remaining until the coming of the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, those that still walking, the brothers that's out there teaching when Hamashiach Yahweh Shah return, or the brothers that's, because it's probably going to be after Jacob's trouble, so the ones that's being pilgrims on the earth, those that are rummaging, trying to, the Most High putting food in front of them, creating a covering for us and our families during that time, those that are alive, when what?
Unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
So just because you're alive, you're not preventing the dead from going to the Most High. Just because you up and you keeping the commandments now, and they might have died during slavery, or they might have died during another time, you don't prevent them from going to the Father. They going up first, and then we going up. Read.
For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel,
right,
and with the trump of Yahweh.
And with that trumpet, Yahweh shall gonna have Yahweh's trumpet.
And the dead in a Mashiach shall rise first.
And the dead in who?
A Mashiach shall rise first.
And the dead that was in Yahweh shall will rise first. And then what? And then what?
Then we which are alive,
so us that are still alive
and remain shall be caught up together.
And we're going to be caught up together with those that were dead. Right? So those that were asleep are sleeping right now. They're sleeping for a time, right? To be reawoken. Some to damnation, but some to, to everlasting life. You understand? But those that was sleeping, Yahweh Shah, those that was dead, those that, was doing the right thing or whatever the case may be, and they got put to death, they gonna rise up first. Right? So, you was your 18?
I was on 17.
Read.
With them in the clouds.
So, what's the clouds? Those chariots. So the dead, the ones that's dead when the Mashiach Yahweh shall come, and the ones that's living are gonna be taken up in the chariots, man. By Shema Mashiach Yahweh shall. Hom Yashah. Right? Can you read?
To meet the Lord.
They're gonna meet who?
To meet the Lord.
To meet the Most High Yahweh by Shem Yahweh shall.
In the air.
In the air. That's where we gonna meet him at, man. That's where we gonna meet him, man. That's a beautiful thing, right? Brothers ain't it's always a beautiful thing, man. We let's jump from that. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 30, real quick, right? So those that are asleep, so the Most High describes death as sleep, depending on the context of the scriptures, right? Read that.
2nd Esdras 7 and 30.
Uh-huh.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 30. Mm-hmm. And the world shall be turned unto the old silent 7 days, mm-hmm. like as in the former judgments.
Right, so, you know, just about every time when the Most High comes, right? It's like a 7-day, or not even actually a 7-day, but it's a complete number of days that the Most High set before all destruction happened or before the second coming happened, right? Go ahead.
So that no man shall remain.
Right, because there's going to come a time when no man is going to remain during that time. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And after 7 days, the world that yet which awaketh not shall be raised up, and that shall die that is corrupt. Verse 32. And the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her.
The earth will restore what?
And the earth will restore those that are asleep in her.
So the people that's dead, those that are asleep in the earth, when the Most High comes and he leaves nobody, right? And he puts everybody to death in that day, there's some that's going to be still in the earth that the Most High is going to restore. Because they will sleep in the earth. It's people right there. You go by the graveyard, there's people sleep in the earth right now. But the Most High is going to restore that, right? Keep reading.
And so shall the dust, those that dwell in silence, and the secret places.
In the what?
And the secret places.
So who are those that dwell in silence? Those that are dead. In the secret places.
Shall deliver those souls that were committed unto them.
Right. So those souls that was committed to that body while they was alive is gonna go back, and it's gonna go back to those same bodies again and rise again. The Most High is gonna put flesh back on those bodies and rise them up again. You understand? So the souls, they understand, they recognize the bodies that was committed to them. Right? The spirit is the only thing that's alive. Your flesh is dead. It's dead. It's death. Flesh is death. The spirit knows that he's committed to this body. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 33. And the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment.
So this is when the Most High appears.
And misery shall pass away.
So what shall pass away?
And misery shall pass away.
Right, so all your bills, miserable death, all kind of wickedness is going to pass away.
And the long suffering shall have an end.
And that's when your long suffering going to have an end. So everybody wondering when it's going to have an end. That's when the Most High come back. That's when your suffering will have an end. Okay?
Verse 34. But judgment only shall remain.
Only judgment.
Truth shall stand.
And what's going to stand?
Truth shall stand.
So now, after when the Most High come back, that truth that we talking, that's going to stand. That's going to be the standard. The truth is going to be the last thing to stand after Hamashiach Yahushua return back to the earth. That truth that we teaching, the truth of the Bible, the truth of who Yahushua is, the truth of the complexion of Yahushua, where he come from, who the so-called black man, woman, and child is, who these other nations are. Everything, that's the only thing that's going to stand in that day. After that, the truth, man. Go ahead.
And faith shall wax strong.
And that's when faith going to wax strong. Because a lot of people say they got faith, but they don't have faith because they don't see, they can't see the Most High. Yeah. But now after all of that, faith going to be at an all-time high. Everybody going to have faith. Oh, my shit, y'all was shy. Y'all, my shit be on sharp record.
All the way crunk.
Going crunk, man. Turning up, man. Going straight lamb, man. Right? So let's go to Job 3 and 13, man, real quick.
The book of Job, chapter 3 and verse 13. For now should I have lain still and been quiet.
Right? So Job is saying it would have been better for me to just lay still and be quiet. Go ahead.
I should have slept. Then had I been at rest. Verse 14. With kings and counselors of the earth.
So he said, read that again. He said, I would have been what before that?
I should have slept. Then had I been at rest.
So so he's talking about death. He said, if I would have died or if I would have been asleep, I would have had rest from all these things that's going on with me, right? And what?
Verse 14, with kings and counselors of the earth.
And kings and counselors of the earth, that's sleep too, right? Go ahead.
Which built desolate places for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15, or with princes that had gold.
Right, that had gold. So these are all men that was of renown that were dead. He said it'd been better for me to just die, man, than to go through what's happening here. I could have just been, put to sleep. You know what I mean? It's like Israel. A lot of Hebrews around right about now, right? Let's get Psalms chapter 6 and verse 5.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 6 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
For in death there is no remembrance of thee.
There is what?
There is no remembrance of thee.
So when you die, there's no remembrance of what went down, right? You can't go down to the grave and have a conversation with your mama. You can't go to holler at your dad and put a flower on his grave and bring a box of his favorite chicken. Some Hart's chicken, man. Spicy, extra crisp. Huh? With red beans and rice. Huh? The most side, you don't remember that. When you die, you forget all your stress. All that stuff that you worry about. What you gonna eat. What kind of food you gonna eat. What kind of food your mama gonna eat. Your daddy gonna eat. Your kids gonna eat. You ain't remembering that no more. You at peace. There's no remembrance after death, man. Oh yeah, my mama looking down at me from heaven. She know I like that rotisserie from KFC. She don't know that, man. She don't remember that, man. You think she remember she gonna go to the third heaven with her Mashiach Yahushua, but only thing on her mind is what Brother Gabar ate for dinner.
Hey, I'm
a two-piece with 2 wings and a leg. Cause he don't like breast. He say it's too big. Pause. Right? That's not how it goes, man. Read that from the top.
The book of Psalms, chapter 6 and verse 5. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave, who shall give thee thanks?
So who gonna give you thanks after you dead, man? Ain't nobody finna go down into the grave and shake your hand, your skeleton. There's nothing that you're gonna reap from that. You already dead and gone. Right? Right, so there's no remembrance of past things once you die, man. Right? Give me Psalms chapter 146 and 4. And one thing, King David did his thing in this Bible. You better believe that. He did his thing. Go ahead.
This the book of Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 4, King? Verse 4. His breath goeth forth. He returneth to his earth.
Right, so your breath, your spirit goeth forth to the Most High. In Yahushua. Go ahead.
In that.
How y'all doing?
In that very
y'all Israelites, man, keep the commandments, y'all.
No doubt.
You know about it. All right, go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 4. His breath goeth forth. He returneth to his earth.
He do what?
Returneth to his earth.
So your breath go forth. Your spirit go back to the Most High. But your flesh returned back to the earth, where it was created from. We come from the earth. We come from the dirt. You got different levels of dirt. You got dark dirt, light dirt, sandy dirt, brownish dirt, all red dirt, copper colored dirt. We come from the earth and we return back to from whence we came, as far as the flesh goes. Right? Read.
In that very day.
That very day. The very day that when your spirit depart from you and go back to the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and your body return back to the earth, that same day, what happens?
His thoughts perish.
What happens?
His thoughts perish.
Your thoughts perish the same time. You don't remember what remember, man, Gabal used to like, on the feast days, we used to get that brown. We don't remember that.
That time. Putting the ball in the casket.
Yeah, you put the bottle in the casket, you go to the casket, your father died, you bring his favorite wine. When my father died, they did that to him. Worshiping him, man. At that time, I thought that was pretty cool. But when you really understand what that is, they worshiping him, man. He's gone. You think he sees those bottles of Wild Irish Rose lined up on the street? He don't care about that white. He's like the white Wild Irish Rose. He don't give a damn about that white great Wild Irish Rose. He's gone. He's resting. He don't have cancer in his liver no more. He don't got cirrhosis to the liver. He's not sitting up in hospice, right, at 63. He's with the Most High. Now, he's having conversation. He may be complaining about a few things, right? But at the end of the day, there's no remembrance of what happened down here on this earth. My father is not looking down on me talking about, I feel so good that he's teaching the laws now. No, it don't work like that, right? Where was you at?
I was in Psalm 146 and 4.
Keep reading.
Okay. Verse 5. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help.
Right. So, that's enough on that one. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and 21. Right? Israel, it's starting to get a little dark. We finna start wrapping up, but we gonna kind of breeze through a few of these. Have mercy on us, Israel. But we trying to give you all the precepts to this lesson. Right? So let's get Ecclesiastes 3 and 21.
This is the book Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward?
That go where?
That goeth upward.
So who knows the spirit of man that goeth upward? We just read in the book of Psalms, chapter 146 and 4, when your breath goes up, right? So who knows the spirit of man that goes upward? So the spirit of man goes back to the Most High. Whether you evil, wicked, a demon, other nations, gay, heterosexual, whatever you is, you going back to the Most High. But go ahead.
And the spirit of the beast.
The spirit of who?
And the spirit of the beast.
And the spirit of the beast, the animal, your dogs, rats, cats, chickens, ducks, whatever beast.
That goeth downward.
Where it go?
Downward.
It go down.
To the earth.
It goes to the earth. So the spirit of the animal don't leave earth. It stays here. It remains on the earth. It ain't there's no heaven for dogs, man. All dogs go to heaven. That wicked cartoon that Esau created, man, with damn Disney, man. There's no heaven for dogs and cats. Your cat is not purring at you, man. That cat don't care about you, man.
Yeah.
That cat spirit is dwelling in another cat spirit right about now. He's not worried about, I remember when she used to bring that 9 lives in there. And those kibbles and bits, man. They don't give a damn about that. And that damn catnip that you do like this. They don't give a damn about that, man. That cat don't give a damn. That cat don't care why he living, and he don't care after he dead. I ain't never seen a cat care about something. You got your favorite dog. You sit up there petting the dog. That dog, when he leave here, he don't care nothing about you. Man, I think that other dog, man, he might have came back through old Bo. That dog ain't thinking about you, man. He looking for another, that spirit looking for another owner. That's it. That's the only thing he doing, right? So that's one thing, too. That's a big misconception about all dogs and animals go to heaven. No, they don't. They're born here, they're created here, and they stay here. Right? So let's jump to I wanted to start from 15. Jump up to 15 and read back down to 21. Okay.
The book Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
That which have been is now.
Right? So that which have been is now, right? So if you died at a time before, your spirit is still here, right? Is here right now. Go ahead.
And that which is to be.
So that which is coming, go ahead.
Hath already been.
It already been here. So that which was is here, and that which is coming, your new child, your new baby that you just had, that which is coming in 9 months, you best believe it already have been here. The Most High does not create any new spirits. Read that from the top again.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
That which hath been is now.
So that which has been is now. The scriptures speak about the spirits that we have being spirits of old. Uh-huh.
And that which is to be.
And that which is coming. Uh-huh.
Hath already been.
So your baby already been here. You seen up there talking about that baby sure got it. He got a strong neck. That baby looking around. He trying to see what's going on because he already been here. He don't have no remembrance of what happened or anything like that, but that spirit had already been here in the same kind of situation. You don't leave and then come back and be reborn and you're in Nicaragua. You come back basically in the same kind of situation you was. Try it again. So these babies already know you got deja vu. Where you think that come from? When you pass by a doorway and you know you ain't never been to that door, but it hits you like a sledgehammer in your heart when you pass by that doorway because you already been here through the spirit, right? Go ahead.
And Yahweh required that which is past.
So the Most High don't care about nothing new. He requires that which is past. He requires those familiar spirits. Not familiar like as far as ghosts and goblins and all on the left-hand side, but he requires those spirits that's in the third heaven that he deals with. The Most High deals with these spirits. The spirit that's in me and Gabar that's in you, the Most High already dealt with that spirit. He understands. He know that spirit already that's in you. He kind of know what you're going to do. But you can always get better, right? Go ahead.
And moreover, I saw under the sun.
So he saw on the earth, which is under the sun,
the place of judgment.
The what?
The place of judgment.
Uh-huh.
That wickedness was there.
Mm-hmm.
And the place of righteousness. That
mm-hmm. Go ahead.
That iniquity was there.
Right, so when he was there, that place is the third heaven. Right? He saw wickedness there. He saw righteous there. The wicked was in the third heaven, the righteous was in the third heaven. They didn't go to two different places. One of them gonna go down to hell, and a red so-called white man is gonna poke you with a pitchfork. That's not in the Bible. So the good and the evil was there. Go ahead.
Verse 17. I said in my heart, Yahweh shall judge the righteous.
He shall do what?
Judge the righteous.
So Yahweh is going to judge the righteous?
And the wicked.
And the who?
And the wicked.
So the Most High, he judge the righteous and the wicked?
And the wicked.
I thought the spiritual demon Satan deal with the wicked and Yahweh deal with the good.
Yahweh shall judge the righteous and the wicked.
So he judged everything. The Most High creates the wicked, creates the good, he judges the good, and he judges the evil. He does all things by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Right? So let's go ahead and jump from there. Let's get Sirach chapter 41 and verse 10. Right? So we're gonna start winding down a little bit. Israel.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 41 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
All that are of the earth shall turn to earth again.
So everything that's walking on this earth will always return back to the earth as it was formed. Adam was formed from the earth, which is our forefather, right? His body returned back to the earth. His skin worms ate him up. But the spirit goes where? Back to the Most High. You read?
So the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction.
Right. And that's a real thing, right? So that's a beautiful thing. So we understand that the spirit goes up and the flesh stays on the earth, right? So we're gonna do a little jumping around Israel, because the Most High controls life and death. He controls your doctors. He controls where you go to the hospital and who operates on you, right? Everybody's so quick to go to the doctor without going to the Most High first. But guess what? The Most High controls the doctor too. You got to pray to the Most High first and then go seek the physician. So the Most High have what? He'll have mercy on your body. He'll have mercy on your flesh. Right? So let's get there. Let's get Sirach chapter 38 and verse 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him.
Because you may need the doctor sometime. You may need to go to the doctor. You may have a sick wife, sick daughter, sick son, right? You may need that doctor, right? Go ahead. So honor him in that way, right?
For the Lord hath created him.
Who created him?
For the Lord hath created him.
We just read that the Most High created good and evil. So he created that evil Edomite that's operating on you. He created that physician, that evil Hamite that's dealing with you, that Elamite. He still created him, but he gave him a certain skill. So honor him for that skill. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For of the Most High cometh healing.
So what comes from healing?
For of the Most High cometh healing.
So from the Most High comes healing. It ain't the doctor. He has a skill, but the Most High entreats that doctor to be able to heal you. You have to pray to the Most High first. You got to get in your closet away from people, and you pray to the Most High for your daughter, for your family members, for whatever, for yourself, right? But the Most High controls the hand of that physician. Go ahead.
And he shall receive honor of the king.
So he's going to receive honor of the king, the Most High. Because you got to think about it like this. You get a headache, what's the first thing you say? Man, I need a goody powder. You trusting in the hands of the physician. You ain't even pray first. Now, you can still take that goody, or you may have a herb or whatever that you might like to use to take, right? But you still got to give honor and reverence to the Most High first. Because he created these things and these people. Go ahead.
Verse 3. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head.
Right.
And in the sight of great men, he shall be in aberration. Aberration. Verse 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not avoid them.
Right, so ginger, all your gingers and garlic and your wild onions and all these different things, rosemary, whatever, that the Most High create, you will be a fool not to deal with them. The Most High creates these things for your betterment, for your health. So always think about that too before you think about just running to the physician, right? In manners of death or in manners of sickness. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he have given men skill.
He gave him what?
He have given man skill.
Nah, he gave him a blessing, and he gave him the covenant, and he said he going into and he's gonna make it into the kingdom.
And he have given man skill.
So he didn't give his other nations or whatever that's dealing with you or what's going on, King? That's healing you. He didn't give him, just because he gave him a skill to be able to heal you doesn't mean he gave him the law, statutes, and commandments, and he's gonna be able to make it into the kingdom. Go ahead.
That he might be honored in his marvelous works.
So the Most High gave him that skill that he good at, cutting you open and taking your heart out and putting another one in to save your life. Right?
Verse 7. Which such doeth he heal men, and taketh away their pains.
Right? So the Most High give him the skill to heal you and take away your pain. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Of such doeth the hypocrisy make a confection, and of his works with its no end. And from him is peace over all the earth. Verse 9. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord.
Do what?
But pray unto the Lord.
So in your sickness, don't be negligent to pray unto the Lord. Pray unto the Lord when you get sick, man. Stop running straight to Mobile Infirmary, USA. Right? Go ahead.
And he will make thee whole.
And he'll make you whole. He the one that's going to heal you. You can't heal yourself. You going to the so-called white man in his hospital talking about, can you heal me? He got a certain set of skills, but the Most High is going to put it on him to heal you But you got to first go to the Most High first. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Leave off from sin.
Leave off from sin. That's the number one.
And order thy hands aright.
Right.
And cleanse thy heart from all wickedness.
So that's the first thing you got to do. You got to fast. You got to cleanse your heart from all this wickedness. You know, you got to pray. You got to repent. You got to do all these things, man. That's one of the first ways of getting what you need from the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Give a sweet Savior and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. Verse 12. Then give place to the physician.
Give place to who?
To the physician.
So once you give, basically, once you give a you give an oblation unto the Lord, right? You burn some fat or whatever the case may be with flour, or you what you call a burnt sacrifice or whatever. Then give place to the physician after that, but the Lord first, right? Go ahead.
For the Lord hath created him.
The Lord created who?
For the Lord hath created
That's
him.
why, because the Lord created him. Go ahead.
Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him.
So don't let him go away from you, because you have need of that physician. Go ahead.
Verse 13. There is a time when in their hands there is good success.
Right. So there's times where when you're dealing with with these other nations, you're dealing with the Lord. That is when you're dealing with these doctors, it's time where there is good success in their hands. They'll heal you. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 14. For they shall also pray unto the Lord, that he would prosper that which they give for ease and remedy to prolong life. Verse 15. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hands of the physician.
Right, but if you sin in, the Most High use that same physician, and you'll fall by the hand of the physician. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, you got Jake, they go to the hospital, and you think it's going to be success, but he never make it out of the hospital. He ain't keeping the commandments. He passed by camp before. He said he don't want to hear that. Right? Believe the Most High then gave him a shot before. And he'll go on and take him up out of this thing. He has no need for him. So all that praying, oh Lord, I can't believe Scott died in the hospital like that. He was supposed to have been a 90% success rate. But guess what? The Most High created the physician. You see what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and jump into Sirach chapter 36 and 16 real quick.
It's the book of Sirach chapter 36 and verse 16.
38 and verse 16.
Oh, Salaki. The book of Sirach chapter 38 and verse 16. My son, let tears fall down over the dead.
Right, so when somebody die, it's okay to let tears fall down for them. It's okay. It's okay to show that your affection, because there's men and women that die that they have a certain level of honor that's in them, and it hurts when they pass. Go ahead.
And begin to lament.
So begin to start lamenting.
As if thou hast suffered great harm thyself.
Right. So when you start lamenting, make it lament for that person as if you got hurt yourself or you passed too. Go ahead.
And then cover his body according to the custom.
And then do what?
And then cover his body according to the custom.
The Esau didn't cover our bodies. The Most High said, according to our customs, cover their bodies up after they pass. Go ahead.
And neglect not his burial.
And do what?
And neglect not his burial.
Those are one of the things that the Most High is going to get over Esau for right now. Because they neglected our burial. You always supposed to bury somebody. You're not supposed to leave their body out to rot. We was talking about the Devil's Punch Bowl where they didn't bury our bodies. Right? They just let it rot in Natchez, Mississippi, or Natchez, right? So, right, go ahead.
Verse 17. Weep bitterly.
Do what?
Weep bitterly, and make great moan, and use lamentation, as he is worthy.
Right, so, use lamentation according to how much the person is worthy of lamentation. Right? It's okay to do these things when somebody dies, right? Go ahead.
And that a day or two.
A day or what?
A day or two.
But only do it for a day or two. Don't be just all week. The man done died 3 months ago. You still lament. You know what I'm saying? Now that starts becoming idol worship. That man been dead for 2-3 years, but you still going and sitting down by the gravestone, talking about and get a lawn chair and drink country time lemonade. That's not what you do. You lament for a day or two, according to the Most High. Go ahead.
Lest thou be evil spoken of.
Lest what?
Lest thou be evil spoken of.
Because guess what? If you do it more than one day, you in sin. Because now you're not just missing the person. You're doing what? You worshiping the person now. You understand? Lament for 1 or 2 days and then let it go. You know what I mean? Move on. He's with the Most High. She's with the Most High. Go ahead. And that's easier said than done. I'll say that. Go ahead.
And then comfort thyself for thy heaviness.
And then comfort yourself after that for the heaviness in your heart.
For of heaviness cometh death.
Because you could kill yourself like that. So comfort yourself after the death, because heaviness causes death. So if you got something on your heart, somebody passed and it just sit on your heart after that. You ever see how people die? A husband may die and then the wife die a little bit after that. Because the Most High just said that heaviness causes death. You understand? So you'll be next. This is what the Lord say. Go ahead.
And heaviness of the heart breaketh strength.
And it do what?
Breaketh strength.
And it breaks your strength. I can't work. Oh man, I just can't make it into work. Oh man, I don't want to be around nobody. Heaviness brings stress and death. Go ahead. Now this is in the Bible.
In affliction, also sorrow remaineth. And the life of the poor is the curse of the heart. Take no heaviness to heart, drive it away, and remember the last end.
Right. So just remember what the last end of the person, and take that heaviness out of your heart, which is your mind. Just remember that little bit, and then just keep it moving. Right. Where you at?
I'm on 20 now.
Can you read?
Verse 21. Forget it not, for there is no turning again.
Right, so ain't no turning again. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not do him good, but hurt thyself.
Right, because he already dead. He's already passed on. The only thing that's going to do when somebody pass on is let it rest. Because it's not going to do you any good to stress yourself out after that person is gone. So the Lord say, it's not gonna help you to sit there and have all that stress and heaviness on your mind. Keep going.
Remember my judgment, for thy also shall be so. Yesterday for me, and today for thee.
You see that? So remember though. Lament his death, but remember also my judgment for you too. Because today is him, but tomorrow is going to be you. The Lord said, because the same thing going to happen to you. The Most High is a cold dude, man. That's a cold dude. The Most High is a cold father, bro. Most High said, lament now and remember my judgment. Remember to keep my commandments. Remember to do this. Remember to do that. Because today is him. But tomorrow is going to be you. He said, because you're going to be thus too. You're going to be just like him. You're going to be in that grave just like him. So remember my law, statutes, and commandments. Let it go. Keep it moving, right? Let's get C.Lamech chapter 41 and 1.
This is the book of C.Lamech chapter 41 and verse 1. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee.
Right. So how bitter is the remembrance of death? To remember that you gotta die. That's a bitter thing. To remember that you living, but at some point you gotta go. That's bitter, man. You walking around, man, you ducking and dodging. You think something finna happen. Somebody throw a rock, you jumping up under the car. You don't know what's going on because you know it's a time when that's gonna happen, right? Go ahead.
Remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions.
Right, so a rich man, death is bitter to a rich man. A man that sleeps in peace and rest. He don't worry about nothing. He got everything his heart can desire. Anything that he desires in his mind, he can create it out of the earth. He almost like a god, right? To the earth, right? So how bitter is the remembrance of death to the rich man? Read.
Unto the man that have nothing to vex him.
But the man that has nothing to vex him. Go ahead.
And that have prosperity in all things.
Right. So a man that has everything, nothing vexes him. He has prosperity in all things. He eats the best foods. He goes to the best so-called restaurants. Anything he think of that he want to eat, he can materialize. I'm just looking over there. He can materialize it out of the earth. I want goat today. I want lamb today. I want this today. I want that today. He's rich. He's in mirth. So thinking about death is a bitter thing to him. What was the white man from Disney? Walt Disney cryogenically froze himself. He's still alive, frozen, because he's rich and he doesn't want to die. The bitterness of death to a person that's rich is a different type of thing, man. Go ahead.
Yea, unto him that is yet able to receive meat. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy.
Right, so death is acceptable to a person that ain't got nothing. A person that's always needing, always hungry, always thirsty, always jammed up. They honor death. They like, they cool if it come or if it don't come.
Yep.
Right, go ahead.
And unto him whose strength faileth.
So when your strength fail, you start getting sick,
That is now in the last age.
Right, or the person that's in the last age is getting old. Somebody that's in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, they're in their last age. Death is acceptable to that person. That person, like I was talking about earlier, my wife's father was like that. And I let her know, I said, hey, look, when it was time for him to go, all that struggling he was going through, always complaining about not having enough, that was acceptable to him. It wasn't acceptable to y'all. But to him, it was an acceptable time in his life. He was old, he was sick, jammed up all the time, can't walk. He was smiling, looking up, waiting. He waiting for the Most High. You ain't, but he waiting, right? Go ahead.
And is vexed with all things.
He always vexed, mad at everything.
Yeah.
Every time he get up, he like, damn, I got to go to work again? Man, I'm broke before I get paid. You broke before you even get paid. Before the check come, you already got to spend it on something. Or you got a damn debit going to the place that you owe, and they damn ciphering the money out your account before it get in there good. That's a terrible life. The scripture spoke in the book of Ecclesiastes, speaking about the ending of a thing being better than the beginning. These men and these women are ready for that time of death, right? Go ahead.
And to him that despaireth and have lost patience.
And they lost patience. Go ahead.
Fear not the sentence of death.
Fear not the sentence of death. Don't walk around your life fearing death. This really the moral to this whole thing. Death is imminent, right? Now it's going to be some of us that's going to see the second coming of Hamashiach Yahushua, but ultimately don't fear death because that's promised, right? And that's something that you'll have peace at that time, and you'll finally get that little peace you want, right? Go ahead.
Remember them that have been before thee.
So when you don't fear death, because you got to think about it's other people that was living before you that died too. You see what I'm saying? You fearing something, but they had to go through it too. So why should you fear it if somebody softer or weaker than you had to go through it? You got babies that had to die. You got, older people. You got people that just didn't know it was coming, and they had to go. So why is you so worried for yourself? Get out there and teach the word. Get out there and put yourself in where you got to go. Because death is promised. It don't matter how you get it. You could not go and die sitting on your couch. Think about that. Keep reading.
And that come after. For this is...
Because the ones that's coming after got to die too. The ones before you had to die and the ones that's come after you got to die. Right? So let's go ahead and... It's some more in there, but let's get Job chapter 3. Let me get Job chapter 3 and verse 14. We're going to close out with these two precepts.
This is Job chapter 3 and verse 14. With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as an hidden and untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light.
So this Job talking about him not being born or dying or just him just sleeping with his fathers. He wouldn't have to go through this. Keep going.
There the wicked cease from troubling.
There is what? Job just said there the wicked cease from troubling. Then he's talking about after death. After you go to the Most High, there he's talking about the third heaven. When you go up to the third heaven with the Most High, the wicked cease from troubling you. Who are the wicked? Malachi 1 and 4. Job 29 and 29, right? The wicked is the so-called white man. He can't trouble you in the third heaven. He can't oppress you. He can't tax you. He can't rape, rob, and murder you in the third heaven. Job just said there, the wicked can't oppress you. The wicked of our people. The wicked of the other nations. The wicked government. The spiritual demon Satan. Can't nobody mess with you once you get up there. Read.
And there the weary be at rest.
The what?
The weary be at rest.
And who's more wearier than the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child? The Israelites. In the third heaven, we get rest. You so worried about leaving this wickedness when you could go to the third heaven and rest? That's crazy. But Esau it has the world thinking that death, this and that. Just do what you gotta do while you're here and pray to the Most High that you have a place. That's it. You have a place in the third heaven. Can you read?
There the prisoners rest together.
The who?
The prisoners rest together.
So there the prisoners, we all resting together, the wicked and the good. Go ahead.
They hear not the voice of the oppressors.
They hear what?
Not the voice of the oppressors.
So in the third heaven, when you go back to the Most High, you don't hear nigger. You don't hear coon ass nigga. You don't hear jigaboo. You don't hear pick that cotton. You don't hear put your hands up. You don't hear he had a gun. Taser, 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 taser. You don't get shot in your house eating ice cream. You don't get a knee on your neck. You don't hear the voice of your oppressor. You don't hear the voice of the so-called white man, the jail system, your celly, the orderlies, whatever. You don't hear those things in the third heaven. Read.
The small and great are there.
The what?
The small and great are there.
So just because you rich and you ain't and I'm poor, we all gonna be in the same place when we die. The Most High say the rich and the great and the small shall be there. Go ahead. Now this is Job, right? Talking about the third heaven. Go ahead.
And the servant is free from his master.
And the servant is free from his master. Free from the so-called white man. Free from slavery. Free from death. Free from wickedness. You can't die twice. You're already dead. Go ahead.
Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery.
See that? So the ones that's in misery, we get that light. Esau talk about that bright light. You know what I'm saying? That light is pure. It's a pure light, man. You out of that darkness, man. Out of that misery. You know? Go ahead.
Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not.
Right, because you got some people that long for death, but it never comes. Like, damn, when I'm going to die. Damn, I'm going through it, right? Go ahead.
And dig for it more than for hid treasures.
You got some people that they live, they be asking for death, man. Man, come on to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Which rejoice exceedingly and are glad when they find the grave. Why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom Yahweh have hedged in? For my singing cometh before I eat. My sighing cometh before I eat, Salakia. And my roarings are poured out like the waters.
Right, you can stop right there. Let's get Job 3 and 1. We're gonna shut it down with Job chapter 3 and verse 1. And again, if you learn anything, Israel, in this lesson, then we did our job. If anything was unclear, if brothers was talking too fast, or if you didn't understand, or whatever the case may be, Salakia. But we pray that everybody got an understanding on this lesson today. So let's get Job chapter 23 and verse 1. Salakia, 23 and 1.
This is Job chapter 23 and verse 1. Then Job answered and said, even today is my complaint bitter. My strokes is heavier than my groaning. Verse 3. Oh, that I knew where I might find him.
Right, so he's talking about the third heaven. He said, oh, that I knew where I might find the Most High, so I could do what? Go ahead.
That I might come even to his seat. I would order my cause before him.
Right, I would go to the Most High and say, look, I didn't do anything wrong. I kept the commandments. Why am I getting these boils? Why is everybody dead in my family? Why is my wife turned on me? Go ahead.
And fill my mouth with arguments.
He'll do what?
Fill my mouth with arguments.
Right, so he said when you go to the third heaven, he will fill his mouth with arguments, right? He would ask the Most High, like, you know, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Right? Go ahead.
I would know the words which he would answer me, and understand what he would say unto me. Will he plead against me with great power?
Right. So when you die and you go to the third heaven, you know, the Most High is not gonna make your situation no worse than what it already is. You know, he's not gonna plead back with you. But this is what he gonna do. Can you read?
No, but he would put strength in me.
So he'll put strength back in you. He puts, you know, this happened to you. Okay, yeah, but I'm going to put strength back in you, and I'm going to send you back down in another generation. I'm going to send your spirit back down to this new crying baby. Right? Go ahead.
There, the righteous might dispute with him.
What? He said there. There the righteous might dispute with him, the third heaven. Right? Because the righteous have complaints too. The righteous dispute. They kept the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Go ahead.
So should I be delivered forever from my judge. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there. And backward, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand, where he doeth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him.
Right, so the Most High do works on the left hand, and he do works on the right hand. Right? Go ahead.
But he knoweth the way that I take.
So, but he doing work over here, he doing work over there, but he knows everything about me. He knows where I go. If I go forward, if I went back, he knows everything about me. Go ahead.
When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
Right. So that's what the Most High doing to us. He tried Job. The Job is saying he gonna try me, but I'm gonna come back as gold. How they temper gold, and they make that gold more harder, and they make it more shiny and make it pure, make it better. Right. Go ahead.
My foot have held his steps.
So I kept his commandments. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12, right? It says, for my own good, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So he's saying, I've did what he asked me to do. Go ahead.
His way have I kept.
I didn't, in the Deuteronomy 10 and 12 said, keep his way. Go ahead.
And not decline.
And I didn't go to the left or to the right. I did exactly what the Most High said.
Neither have I gone back from the commandments of his lips.
Neither have I what?
Neither have I gone back from the commandments of his lips.
So he never went back or forward from the commandments of the Most High's lips. Okay?
I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food.
Yeah, so instead of eating the physical food, he ate the spiritual food. He esteemed the commandments more than his own life, more than feeding his own flesh, which a lot of us need to start doing. Go ahead.
But he is in one mind.
But the Most High got one mind. He gonna do what he want to do. The Most High is in one mind. Go ahead.
And he can turn him. And who can turn him, Salakia?
So he got one mind to do. If the Most High got on his mind to do something, who can change that mind? Who can say don't do that? Oh, don't do that, the Lord. Don't do that, Yahweh. Nobody. Go ahead.
And what his soul desireth, even that he doeth.
So the Most High do what he want.
He hath performed the thing that is appointed for me. And many such things are with him.
Right.
Therefore I am troubled at his presence.
Right. He's troubled at the presence of the Most High because he knows that he doesn't have free will. Right.
When I consider, I am afraid of him.
When I do what?
When I consider, I am afraid of him.
So when Job considers the Most High and all the things that he can do, all the things that he can take away, all the things that he can give, anything he can do, whatever he wants, when he thinks about that, he's scared. And what is wisdom? The fear of the Lord. When you fear the Most High, that's the wisdom, right? Go ahead.
For Yahweh make my heart soft, and the Almighty troubled me, because I was cut off before the darkness, neither hath he covered the darkness from my face.
Right. So Israel, we're gonna go ahead and settle down. We're gonna shut down. So don't worry about death. The Most High controls all manners of death, right? Always remember that the ending of a thing is better than the beginning. The Most High said, right? This is not our rest, right? The Most High, he will bring peace, whether through death or whether through the kingdom. But either way, right? And just lament for your loved ones when they die. Lament for them, but don't turn that into no everyday thing. Don't go back visiting the grave. Don't mourn more than 1 or 2 days. Keep it pushing. Remember that the Most High said that heavy stress will cause you to wind up dying next. Right? So with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God in the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, whose name in the Paleo Hebrew is Hamashiach Wamalak Yahweh Shai, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. We are the Servants Assembly, Alabama. I am Lamach.
Brother Kabal Ya'ala.
And we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom, family.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Repenting on a daily basis. You better thank the Most High some of us brothers repented, because we probably be robbing you niggas and checking your pockets.